There are names that float gently into the world, and then there are names that arrive like a statement. Liyah Rouge. Say it out loud and feel what it does. It is bold, it is elegant, it is unapologetically radiant. It is a name that sounds like red lips and gold light, like a woman who walks into a room and makes the whole room rearrange itself around her energy. Please subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and keep watching. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you matters. Hit that subscribe button and let's build something beautiful together. Let's get to 1K together. There are names that float gently into the world, and then there are names that arrive like a statement. Liyah Rouge. Say it out loud and feel what it does. It is bold, it is elegant, it is unapologetically radiant. It is a name that sounds like red lips and gold light, like a woman who walks into a room and makes the whole room rearrange itself around her energy. In a world that spent decades telling women with curves to cover up, sit down, and make themselves smaller, Liyah Rouge arrived and did the opposite. She dressed up. She stood up. She showed up fully, gloriously, and without apology. And in doing so, she didn't just build a following. She built a movement. Every icon has a beginning that doesn't look like what they become. Before the fashion shoots, before the glamorous poses, before the comments that say you are goals and you are everything, there was a girl figuring out who she was in a world that didn't always make room for her. Liyah Rouge grew up navigating the same contradictions that millions of curvy women know too well. The fashion magazines on the shelves didn't look like her. The mannequins in the store windows didn't carry her shape. The beauty standards sold on television were narrow, rigid, and unforgiving, and yet, somewhere inside Liyah, there was a voice that refused to accept those standards as truth. She grew up loving fashion. Not the version of fashion that excluded her, but the version she imagined, the version where every body was a canvas, every curve was an asset, and every woman got to feel like the most stunning person in any room she entered. That version of fashion became her North Star. It wasn't always easy. Growing up curvy means growing up carrying opinions that don't belong to you. It means learning, slowly and painfully, to separate what the world says about your body from what your body actually is, powerful, worthy, and beautiful beyond measure. That journey, from self-doubt to self-sovereignty, is the foundation upon which Liyah Rouge built everything. Liyah Rouge's journey into the world of fashion and social media didn't begin with a talent scout or a record deal. It began the way all great things begin, with a decision. A quiet, private, revolutionary decision to stop waiting for someone to give her permission to be seen. She picked up a camera. She styled herself. She stood in front of that lens and chose, deliberately and intentionally, to take up space. The earliest content wasn't perfect. No one's is. But it was real, and in a digital world drowning in filters and facades, real is exactly what people are starving for. Liyah's presence on social media felt like a breath of fresh air. Here was a curvy woman who didn't apologize for her body, didn't hide behind baggy clothes or careful angles. She celebrated herself, loudly and lavishly, and invited everyone watching to do the same. The response was immediate. Women found her and felt found. They saw themselves in her confidence. They shared her posts with captions like "This is me" and "This is what I needed today." Slowly, steadily, the followers came. And they stayed. Social media is a strange and demanding arena. It rewards consistency, creativity, and authenticity, and it punishes imitation brutally. Liyah Rouge understood this instinctively. She never tried to be anyone other than herself, and that singular decision is what made her impossible to ignore. Her Instagram became a gallery of intention. Every post was crafted with care, the lighting, the outfits, the poses, the captions. She wasn't just posting pictures, she was telling a story. A story about a woman who loved fashion deeply, who wore clothes that celebrated her curves rather than concealed them, and who looked at the camera not with uncertainty but with conviction. The fashion shoots she produced were nothing short of stunning. Vibrant colors, bold silhouettes, luxurious fabrics, Liyah brought a level of glamour to her content that felt editorial without feeling unreachable. She was aspirational and accessible at the same time, a balance that is extraordinarily difficult to strike and absolutely magnetic when achieved. Her following grew. Post by post, reel by reel, the numbers climbed. But more importantly than the numbers, the community grew. Real women. Curvy women. Women who had never seen themselves represented in fashion and who now had a face, a name, a feed to look to. Liyah Rouge became a mirror, and the reflection she offered. If there is one thing Liyah Rouge understands, it is the art of the image. Her fashion content is not accidental. It is choreographed excellence, the product of a woman who takes her craft seriously, who understands composition and color, who knows exactly how to present herself in a way that demands attention. Her shoots have ranged from dreamy and romantic to fierce and editorial. She has shown up in body-hugging dresses that celebrate every curve. She has posed in structured blazers that exude power. She has worn swimwear with the ease and confidence of someone who has made peace a deep, lasting, joyful peace with her own reflection. The world noticed. Fashion brands noticed. Collaborations followed, partnerships bloomed, and Liyah Rouge stepped into the commercial modeling space not as a novelty or a token, but as a force. A legitimate, in-demand, brand-elevating force. She has used her platform to promote fashion that is designed for women like her, bold, beautiful, unapologetically curvy women, and in doing so, she has helped shift the conversation within the industry. Brands that want to reach curvy women authentically know that Liyah Rouge is not just an influencer. She is a cultural endorsement. Liyah Rouge is not simply a pretty face on a screen. She is a brand. A business. A vision brought to life by discipline, creativity, and an unwavering belief in her own worth. Building a personal brand from scratch requires more than good looks and good lighting. It requires strategy. It requires consistency when motivation is low. It requires showing up even on the days when no one seems to be watching, trusting that the right people will find you if you keep going. Liyah embodies all of this. She has evolved her content with intention, responding to what her audience loves, pushing herself into new creative territories, and always staying true to the core of who she is. She knows her audience because she is her audience. She is the curvy woman who wanted to see herself in fashion and couldn't find her reflection, so she became it. Her brand partnerships reflect her values. She aligns with labels and companies that believe in. What they're really sighing about isn't just the beautiful outfits or the gorgeous shots. They're sighing over the freedom. The freedom of a woman who decided her body was not the problem, that fashion was not off limits, and that joy was not something she had to earn by shrinking. Her day-to-day life blends creativity with hustle. She is a content creator, a model, a businesswoman, and a community builder all at once. She wakes up not simply to look beautiful, she wakes up to work. To create. To inspire. To show up for the hundreds of thousands of women who check her page looking for a reason to believe in themselves that day. Liyah Rouge is still ascending. The story is still being written, the chapters still unfolding. What she has already built is remarkable, but anyone who watches her knows this is only the beginning. She has the hunger, the talent, the authenticity, and the vision to go as far as she chooses to go. She is a curvy woman in an industry that is slowly, finally, learning to make room. And she didn't wait for the room to be made. She walked in anyway, set down her things, and made herself at home. Liyah Rouge's story is proof that boldness is a strategy, authenticity is a superpower, and every woman, regardless of her size, her shape, her background, deserves to feel like the most radiant person in the room. If her journey moved you today, please subscribe, share this story, and keep watching. We are chasing 1,000 subscribers, and every single click brings us closer. Be part of this community. Hit subscribe right now. Let's take this to 1K, because stories like this deserve to be heard. Folded hands, medium skin tone, yellow heart, fire.